Anyway, first topic of the day. Public versus private escape room games.
Something that we have, we haven't gone back and forth on, but we've gone back and forth with other people on debating.
Right.
We've kind of always been in the public ticketing zone, and we're happy with it, and we think that's really the way things should be. But there are a lot of companies that do the privatized game, and if that works for your company on weekdays, I guess great, whatever. But we would not be able to do that on weekends and make any money.
It's not that we wouldn't make any money; it's that we wouldn't make nearly as much.
Well, I mean, it's not, but it's not all about money. I mean, it's having 2 people as opposed to having 10 people. I mean, sometimes having more people, most of the time having more people is better anyway for your gameplay. So you want to have, upwards of like 6 to 8 people, I would say, for our games especially. Not every game is like that, but for our games.
If you want us to be able to afford to produce an entire freak show with actual acts and afford
and a soundtrack,
the silver tequila grade A that we're drinking in order to get through this shoot, we need to be able to charge in public ticketing. So it's been a day. We got here at 9 a.m. and we've been shooting straight through. Took a break for puzzle talk while Mike is still ruling other people. Right. But I finished my character intro, so my voice is already shot from singing all morning. And
singing and screaming.
Singing and screaming.
And screaming.
Scringing?
Scringing.
So, public versus private ticketing. I guess right off the bat, have any of you been to a private ticketed game? Have you ever been to a public ticketed game? And if so, what did you prefer and why? We'd love to get some info.
For those who may not know, private ticketing would be, you just buy tickets for your group, and the game is automatically blocked off just for you guys.
Right.
Public ticketing would be like we are. There's 10 slots available. If you don't book all 10 slots, there's a chance you could be with other people.
Right.
All right.
Viva Todd Vegas wrote, so you're saying all of your weekend slots are filled to the point where there was no other time to book if you had only private games?
A lot of the time it does wind up that way, that it's booked out, that we can't get other people in. But
I would say, and we're going to talk about this a little later in the show too, but once the theme of ours has been running for like 2 years, it's not selling out on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But first couple months that we premiere a new game, we're usually sold out on weekends for about 2 to 3 weeks in advance. So, yeah.
Free Show already has that first weekend, I think, the
first 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that game's 2 months away.
Yeah.
Well, no, a month and a half. But still. So, it is... let's just say, for example, that a group of 4... So, like, for example, Freak Show is a huge game. That's another element, too. We're not dealing with, like, 4 to 6 player games.
Right, we're not dealing with just a little office that you have the one little room.
Right. So, like, if you're dealing with a 10-room, 4,000 square foot game, if not more.
Yeah.
You can't let 4 people take that entire time slot.
Yeah.
You just can't. The game books up to 16 players comfortably.
Yeah.
You just can't, the amount of money you'd be throwing away.
Yeah.
So yeah, Todd, I'm guessing Todd is the name in there. Yeah, it really, I mean, it's awesome. It's fantastic, but, we can't throw that all away. Stephanie wrote, there are no public games in Germany as far as she knows. You can only book private.
I think that was how it was. Like overseas, they seem to do the private more.
Yeah,
than
U.S.
here.
seems to be the only public ticketing.
Yeah.
But, it's the U.S. We do things big, grandiose. Stephanie,
right.
What's the... do they have head caps? Like, what's your top head count that you're able to do in those games?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm sure it varies, but I mean, what is generally the average?
And what size are these games? Like, is it 500 square feet, 1,000 square feet, 5,000 square feet?
Yeah, all of that factors into that.
That's something I'd be interested to know because that does play a part. I really, I guess it's almost a difficult to argue element because we really do make very large size games.
Right.
So as a result, it is very, maybe we would be okay with privatizing if it was a 6-player game to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
Average group booking size for us is probably 6 to 8.
But right, yeah. But I mean, if a group of 2 tried to do Freak Show on their own,
oh no,
it would be almost impossible to win anyway. So you're
that's
going to
like
want
when
to
we
have
get that
more
group of
people.
2 that does QRZ and the Poconos.
Right,
It's impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's not 100% possible, but it's pretty impossible.
Yeah.
Stephanie said the average would be 6 to 8 maximum players. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
So it's average size escape room. Sorry, I got something in my eyeball. Allergies are terrible lately.
Is Stephanie watching from Germany, or she's just...
I believe so, right? Stephanie, you're Germany, right?
Thank you for tuning in. Well, either way, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you to all our amazing viewers.
But tuning in all the way from Germany, that's special.
That's intense.
Yeah.
That's intense. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where privatizing has your added bonus of everyone you're in the room with.
Right.
However, how many times have we seen amazing new friendships happen as a result of public ticketing?
We've seen groups that have agreed to get together to play the next room because they've gotten along together so well. So
yeah, Stephanie is from Germany. Thank you for watching from Germany.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, and I remember we had this one group go in that was like early 20-somethings, and they were really worried because, we have a no drinking policy with, the escape games, but every once in a while, we know you're a little tipsy when you're going in.
Yeah.
So we had this group of teens go in, and they were a bit tipsy, and they ended up playing with a group of cops. And they were very worried, especially when it was time to leave. And the cops actually, they all went out drinking together. The cops went drinking with them.
Okay.
So, I mean, you really never know. And
don't say which town that is, just in case.
Yeah. You really never know. Like, you could end up really hitting it off with people. Plus, these are people that you may find are very talented at this.
Right.
And you may not have stood a chance to get through this experience, but now you do because of who you're teamed with. Sometimes it's hard if you're a team of 2 and don't have someone to play with, but can't book public, so you just cannot play the room until you find more friends. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. We have the ability of putting people together that may have never met.
Right, and the good part is that there are some places that have a minimum. That you have to have a minimum of 4 people.
Right, but
and we don't have a minimum.
Like
that's
Stephanie
else
just said, though, what
right.
do you do when you're a group of 2 and you don't want to...
Exactly. Yeah, but there are... Some companies do have minimums that they don't let someone play.
Right.
We've every so often had... Very rarely, but we've had someone play by themselves. One person on, a weekday afternoon.
I think that's happened 2 or 3 times
it's happened
5
maybe...
years.
Yeah, maybe only 2 or 3 times, but we let you do that.
Yeah. Don't be that person.
Yeah, we don't prefer it, but we allow it.
But... aside from don't we're sitting here glorifying public ticketing. Don't get me wrong. There's times where it does not mix.
Yes.
If you have somebody that comes in that is very antisocial, they can ruin the game for everyone. Exactly. Viva Todd Vegas. I imagine there are both sides to that coin, positive and negative. I'm an owner, but as a player myself, I've had 2 pretty negative experiences playing public games. So have we. Yeah. I've had great ones, and we've had really bad ones.
But it's something that you have to know going in is a possibility to happen.
Right.
And it does suck when it happens, but yeah.
On one token, this is experiential entertainment. If I go to a big immersive theater show in New York, like Sleep No More, you're in there with 200 other people.
Yeah.
Anyone could potentially get in your way, harass the cast.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and kind of ruin the show.
Yeah.
And there you're paying $200 a ticket. So, it's kind of, unfortunately, I do believe when the attractions are getting larger, it has to be public ticketing because it just, you can't lock off 20 tickets for 4 people.
Yeah.
You just can't. And it's not to say that we don't have people that sometimes shock the hell out of us and 2 people spend, $800 to block off QRZ.
Yeah.
It's happened. It's weird,
happened.
but it's happened. it's like, $400 a ticket for an escape room. I'm honored, but Jesus. So,
But I mean, the key thing is to go in with an open mind. I think it's like you don't immediately reject the other people just because they're there.
Right.
Wait to see what they have to contribute first before you say that they're best.
And we hope you'll join us next time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe.